have Ayushman, who's joining me from the national capital, Shrija joining me from Bengaluru, and Disha joining me from Mumbai. Ayushman, coming to you first, give us a sense of the overall update when it comes to the hotspots that have been identified, and what are the measures that have been taken to keep a strong vigil in terms of identifying these hotspots?
Well, Apurva, first of all, in all across the country, the Health Ministry has said that around 377 of the districts, we have seen the large number of cases coming. And in that, 170 are the districts which have been put in the hotspot category. The other are in the non-hotspot category. Remember, Purva, over 700 districts we have in the country. And apart from these 377 districts, the other districts are in the green zone. Now, in these 170 districts, 123 districts are the places from where we have seen massive number of cases, and there is a huge outbreak. Now, what will happen? Like the Prime Minister said, till April 20, the restrictions will be there. We have seen the letter from the Home Ministry in which it has been said that the containment zones, the hotspots, the surveillance will be done. So all those people who are staying there in the containment zones, the door-to-door tracing will be done, the contact tracing will be done, testing will be done to ascertain as to what is the exact number of people we have who have got infected because of the COVID-19. Now remember, Purva, the Health Ministry has also defined the color coding. First is the red zone, then there is orange zone, and then there is green zone. If area is reporting cases and for 14 days, if the cases number come down, it becomes an orange zone. If for another 14 days, if no cases being reported, like we are seeing in several parts of Kerala, then it becomes a green zone. This is what the Health Ministry says. Now, if a green zone starts reporting the number of cases, it becomes an orange zone. And if the number goes up, it becomes a red zone. So this has been the color coding that has been identified. The Health Ministry has said that after the contact tracing and door-to-door surveillance, the relaxation in all these areas, the districts that we have identified as red zone or hot, only that will be that will be done after the contact tracing and the testing. But so far, right now, Purva, the Health Ministry has clarified that 170 districts are in the hotspot zone currently in the country, from where we have seen large number of COVID cases.
All right, so 170 districts are in the hotspot zone. Disha, coming to you for further understanding on the situation in the state of Maharashtra, which is one of the worst affected when it comes to COVID-19 cases. Give us a sense of the districts which are worst affected in terms of the number of hotspots that have been identified, and what is the situation right now on ground?
Well, Apurva, like Ayushman pointed out, of course, there are hotspots that have been identified. And if we talk particularly about Maharashtra, here I have the data with me which says that in the red zone, which has a large outbreak, 11 districts in Maharashtra have been identified, namely Mumbai, Pune, Thane, Nagpur, Sangli, Ahmednagar, Yavatmal, Aurangabad, Mumbai Suburban, Nashik, and Buldana. All of these are districts that have been identified as a red zone, which essentially means that there is a larger outbreak here. More positive cases have come to light in the last couple of days. And if we talk particularly about Mumbai, out of this, it is worst affected with over and above, 1,500 cases, positive cases that we have seen only in the last couple of days. So within Mumbai itself, Apurva, there are about 6 to 7 hotspots that have kindly emerged in the last couple of days. For instance, Worli, Kolewada, Worli areas where over and about 350 positive cases have been reported. Dharavi is one of the area which is being affected on a daily basis, with more cases coming to light. So all of these come in under the red zone category, which essentially means that more cases have come to light in the last couple of days.
All right, that also is important, because with this classification, it is going to be extremely crucial, because further steps and further measures are going to be taken to keep a strong vigil on all of these hotspots. Shrija, coming to you to get an update on the situation in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Now, remember, Tamil Nadu is one of the worst affected areas, with again rising number of cases coming to light. Now, if you talk about both Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, give us a sense of how many districts in these states have been identified as potential hotspots.
Well, Apurva, taking over from Disha, coming to Karnataka, what we see is that at least 3 of the districts that we're talking about includes Bengaluru urban. Now, this particular district, what we're looking at is the maximum number of cases that have been reported. Secondly, what we are also looking at where Mysuru and Belagavi. Now, remember, over the last 2 to 3 days, we understand even Mysuru has slipped as far as Karnataka, Bengaluru is concerned, where we see over 50 cases that have been reported right now. And in Bengaluru alone, we are seeing that the highest number of cases as far as any of the districts across the state of Karnataka is concerned. Now, overall, there are 30 districts. Now, we are also looking at Bengaluru, where especially the deputy commissioner has right now stepped in. He is stepping up the measures by asking especially the DCPs, the police commissioners, instead of in fact doing contact tracing, while it is time consuming, why don't we in fact use the contact details and trace as far as the patient details are concerned. Now, this is something new, which especially the deputy commissioners here, the police, during the high meeting, the decision that was taken. This is as far as Karnataka is concerned. That apart, we're also looking at 28 different hotspots which were declared even within Bengaluru itself, which means we're looking at certain areas in Bengaluru alone, the Bengaluru urban, where some of the highest number of cases have been reported. Now, coming down south, which is Tamil Nadu, we are looking at where nearly 22 of the districts that have been in fact alerted at this point in time, where they have reported highest number of cases. Yes, like you did point out, Tamil Nadu is one of the highest as far as the country is concerned, and we're talking about Chennai, Tiruchirappalli, Coimbatore, Dindigul, Nagapattinam. Now, these are some of the districts that right now have been categorized under especially the red zones and also have been identified as the hotspots as far as the country, the list is concerned.
All right, Ayushman, coming to you on the update as far as the national capital is concerned. We have seen the number of rising at this point. Several of the areas in the national capital already being identified as containment zones as well. Now, if we talk about the hotspots, how many areas in the national capital have now been categorized as hotspots?
Well, Apurva, currently, if you see the number of hotspots in the national capital, if you take it district-wise, 9 districts are there in the hotspot zone. This is from the health ministry that we have seen. And if you talk about the Delhi government, they have now increased the number of containment zone to 57. And Apurva comes at a time when the number of cases in the national capital has gone past 1,578 cases we have seen in the national capital. Now, what will happen in these containment zones, Apurva? The health officials will go for a door-to-door screening.
Okay.
Except for the essential services, nobody will be allowed to come out of the residence and step out and go outside from the containment zones. And this will be followed in just not only the main hit areas, but also into the buffer zone. There will be a 3-kilometer buffer zone in the hotspot from where the entry and exit won't be allowed. This is the containment plan that the government has currently thought of, and it will be implemented in the coming days. We have seen the Prime Minister speaking on this. But if you talk about the national capital, currently we have 57 containment zones. We have seen the steady rise in the number of containment zones, 1,578 cases being reported positive so far from the national capital, and the total number of hotspots as per the health ministry in the national capital is 9, Apurva.
All right, Shrija, coming to you, we have seen in the state of Telangana, at least, the number of cases has been steadily increasing while they have taken a lot of measures. Now, if we talk about the hotspots that have been identified in Telangana, can you give us the details of the areas which has been now identified as hotspots in Telangana?
Well, right, Apurva, in fact, as far as Telangana is concerned, we're talking about definitely 8 of the districts of Telangana. We're looking at Hyderabad, Nizamabad, and also, in fact, to talk about Kerala, where we see 6 of the districts have been declared hotspots. This is down south, and we're talking about some of the major districts in Kerala, like Kasaragod. Remember, over the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have witnessed the border war between Kerala and Karnataka, only because Karnataka did not allow patients all the way from Kasaragod. So Kasaragod is one particular district that has witnessed the maximum number of cases, the COVID positives in Kerala. Then we're looking at Malappuram district, Trivandrum, Pathanamthitta, Kannur. Now, nearly 6 of its districts have been declared the red spot hotspots, in fact, and that Telangana has also looking at nearly 8 of its districts. So definitely this is a huge cause of concern, where we are talking about some of the south districts where they have reported maximum cases over the last couple of days.